How hot does it have to get? Is it hot enough for you yet? Hurricanes, floods and drought. How hot does it have to get? As the temperatures continue to climb, how hot does it have to get? A million species on a line. Is it hot enough for you, yeah?
The Will Steger Foundation's Summer Institute for Climate Change Education provides an opportunity for educators to build their comfort and confidence with teaching climate change in the classroom. Our focus is to increase the connections educators and students will make in their everyday lives and to motivate them to positively reduce the impact that climate change is having on our environment and economy.
Our institute really is an opportunity to engage teachers in our Global Warming 101 curriculum, which is tied to standards, which is interdisciplinary, and also to provide intriguing speakers, workshops, some hands-on lessons and activities for them to engage in. Our main goal really is to get this whole climate change education to be something that is talked about in the mainstream classroom, and to give teachers the language to talk about climate change and global warming in a way that that is based in science, that is based in fact, that is not intimidating, and is non-political. It's just this is the science and the facts, and here's how you can present it in an engaging way to your students.
Back in 2006, I approached Will with the idea of pulling the St. Paul schools, public schools, into the efforts that Will and the team had, the expedition plan to go up to Baffin Island in the Arctic and bring those experiences from what they were seeing, firsthand eyewitness experience accounts from that expedition, bring them into the classrooms.
See these shallow U-shaped valleys here? These are all, 40 years ago, these are all glaciers. And that's very fast for this type of glaciation to go in a matter of 3-4 decades is pretty quite remarkable, and it's going even faster now.
Those partnerships then expanded into an idea of having a Summer Institute for Climate Change Education. And what that would function as is a way, a catalyst, or a way to bring people together around those ideas of sharing the experiences that were happening on the expedition, bringing those, providing tools, creating tools that educators could use in basically any discipline, science, math, reading, art, geography. Bring those experiences into classrooms with curriculum written by teachers, made by teachers, and something tangible that then they could take those curriculum pieces that they had written and bring them to teachers. Here you go.
It really changed the way I taught because it made me be a learner along with my kids. And they liked that, knowing that I didn't know all the answers and that we could investigate things together and make up the learning adventure as we went.
Even we're just interacting with the teachers as we were doing our design action plans and seeing what they were thinking of, and then as they came up with an idea that would spark something in my mind. It's like, well, that's a good one, and I could do that in my school as well. And then also realizing that you have this much energy, I need to get a tie-in or ownership of my school and the other faculty and with the ideas.
We've had really a whole range of speakers, not only on science, but also on the psychology and behavior change element as well.
These students need hope.
We've had professors from McAllister College, from the University of Minnesota, from MIT, Dr. James Hansen, renowned climatologist for NASA, and Andrew Revkin, science writer for the New York Times, come and join us and help break down some of the language around climate change that can be a little bit confusing and really talk in layman's terms and in ways that are very engaging to our educators.
Will's going to the Arctic and showing what's actually happening now, I think makes the message much clearer. We can talk about the science and about the theory, but you need to see what is really happening, and that is what he shows so wonderfully. And also, he is successful in getting young people and educators, and that's what we have to do so that the next generation realizes what is at stake.
Our Summer Institute provides a knowledge base on global warming and its implications using a multidisciplinary approach.
If you can bring an element that is aligned, even aligned to standards for teachers, education about global warming, starting with science, seemed to be the most obvious place to start with understanding how to teach global warming and climate change. Start with those statewide, federally mandated science standards and give teachers a real-time topic to teach that would be aligned to standards, but would excite teachers. And that was the whole idea, to give them something new, to kind of get out from under this layer of federal mandate, testing results. Let's do something with our kids that I'm excited about. And I saw in our district, after that first institute especially, here in St. Paul, we had teachers coming to that gathering and leaving with a sense of, that's the best thing I've seen in 20 years. Not only for me as a teacher on a staff development side, but I'm going back to my classroom with this new light turned on of I have something that I built in a collaborative sense with other teachers, and it's something I can bring to my students to keep teaching to the standards, but I know when I enter that classroom, I'll have this little light on in myself that these students are going to recognize.
This is fun. This isn't learning. This is fun. And they don't correlate learning and fun being the same thing. But if you are emotionally involved, you are engaged, the enjoyment that you extract from that is something that takes that learning and makes it something which is embedded so deeply within your mind that it's there for a lifetime rather than simply learning for a test.
Empower yourself by joining us and learning about global warming and its impacts on our planet. You will create opportunities which help your students draw connections between the effects of climate change and their own lives while inspiring solutions-oriented action in cross-cultural learning.
I highly encourage you all, regardless of what level of education you work in a private school, a public school, charter school, homeschooling parents, please do visit the Will Steger Foundation website for climate change education. Visit the site. You'll find a wealth of information there. Curriculum materials, live updates from expeditions. Just please go there and take a look. You won't be disappointed. Our teachers here in St. Paul are not. They love it.
Well, how hard does it have to get? Is it hot enough for you yet? Can't drink the water, can't breathe the air. How hard does it have to get?